Welcome to another episode of Would a Panther Kill a Raccoon in the Wild?
Season 2.
The show we still haven't pitched to TV.
The podcast game show where two friends argue about the third's most burning and sometimes pointless questions in order to get a much-needed point in our season-long contest.
In some rounds, the two answerers don't always get to choose which side of an argument they're fighting for, which leads to some quick thinking and often has them mainly persuading themselves, but more importantly, the questioner to believe in what they say.
In other rounds, the answerers get a more open question where they can be far more creative with their choices, but they only get a short amount of time, and whatever they say first, they must stick with. No takebacks.
Our special round this season is reversal. The questioner will pose an open question, but the answerers will be choosing each other's answers. Ideally something they really hate or know very little about, which will lead to some very creative thinking.
That's the game.
Good job, Dan. Oh, Donald Trump. Have you heard about this now? He's up to like 37 different indictments.
Nice.
Oh, he is. So, you know, the ex-president is, what a massive prick he was. Do you know what? So, this is the best bit. Sorry. One of the things he's been like charged with is like mishandling of like state secrets. Because like Joe Biden's aides have come in and like tried to move some shit around, and they found that Donald Trump was keeping nuclear secrets in his shower.
As in like a little stand that you read when you're pooping.
I just imagine a filing box, and he's like, and he's sitting there going, "Yeah, we've got 3,000 warheads," and he's like, "Shit, I lost the election. Right, put them wherever."
Or is it printed on his shower curtain?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, at what point are you so nuke happy that you need to know what the fucking codes are while having a shit? This, like, the guy, I still can't believe, though, this is how crazy it is my understanding is that even with all this stuff going on, the fact that he's been, like, accused of, like, misleading the public, basically inciting riots, like, so much stuff, he's still legally allowed to run for president.
And the fact that people will still vote for him.
Yeah, I mean, touch wood, I don't think he's going to win anyway, because, you know, basically what he's going to do is take half of the Republican vote away, and that means instead of the Republicans winning at all, the Democrats will probably win, because it's 100% of the Democrats versus 250%. But
I mean, I don't think the USA was very lucky with Biden and Trump, were they?
no, I mean,
Both of them unfit to be president.
Joey,
For different reasons.
Joey B's better than Trump, in my opinion.
But it's like...
But also, like, Obama was the best.
But what's better, poo-covered chocolate or chocolate-covered poo? Like,
Yeah. Very much so. Anyway, enough about politics.
And poo.
Enough about politics. Here it is, boys. Season 2. Episode 12. This should be the last one.
Whoa.
Of season.
Okay.
It should be the last one of season 2, providing that we don't go to a draw. However, a draw is still possible.
It's possible.
Mathematically speaking.
If
So
James bombs out, Dan bombs out, and I come through, then yeah, we're pretty good.
wait, I don't even think it needs to be.
Dan wins 1.
Dan wins 1, you win 2, and
Yep.
I suck ass.
Yep.
Then we could potentially go to a 3-way tie, at which point we've got to really rethink our tiebreaker situation.
I can now hear our previous mate, Daniel.
A fucking draw!
Previous guest, Daniel. Yeah.
Or as you would know him.
The guest...
I
Wait, no.
wouldn't say it. I can't say it.
I think we have to say the guest formerly known as Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Like Prince, right?
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Prince, the guest formerly known as Frank.
Snoop Lion.
Right. So, here we are. The question is, can one of us keep it within the well, Kirk can't, but mathematically speaking, Kirk can only take it to a draw.
Yeah.
But can one of us keep it to the pre-planned, we do 12 episodes a season?
Yeah.
And Kirk, you are starting, is that correct?
I am. Oh, so just so the audience knows, a reminder from last episode, James is on 12, Dan's on 11, and I'm on 10. It's all to play for.
Yeah, so, like, bear in mind...
As it always seems to be.
No, right, so I would like...
Never changes, does it?
I would like to point out, episode 6 came out this week.
Yep.
At the start of episode 6, it was 4, 4, and 8.
Yeah, it was.
So
You really gone downhill.
Yeah, I really feel like you guys are just like conspiring against me.
You're still in the lead.
You know what,
Yeah, but that's damage limitation.
I can't remember what episode it was. It was like 8 or something. And we were literally like, don't give him any points. And then I immediately gave you a point. So we tried.
Spoilers.
That'll be out by then.
It'll be out by then.
Spoilers.
Right. Okay, so here is the last.
Spoilers.
It's the last spoilers. Gandalf
Spoilers.
dies.
Okay.
Spoilers.
All right, that concludes that.
Spin your headphones around. There we go. It's
Actually,
funny the third time. Okay,
No,
so
I actually did have them on the wrong way around.
you did. Okay, so this is the last closed question of the season.
Or have you got a coin?
I don't, but you don't need one for this one. It's closed, but there are 6 options. Okay.
So have you got a dice?
No, you're gonna pick a number,
Oh.
and that number decides what you have. So here's what it is. You're gonna get given a movie title that you've never heard of before. Hopefully, I'm gonna announce these titles, and you're gonna pick a number. I'm not gonna read them in the right order. You're gonna pick a number of, but I'll explain what they are. The task is simple. Tell me the story to the movie, outlining characters, locations, main plot points, and etc. to the movie that you've never heard of before. I have a 3-point system to determine the winner of the overall point. So I'll go over that a bit later on. Let's read out the things. If you have heard of any of them and or know what they are, then let me know and we'll take them out of the list. So I'm going to do this in a different order so you don't know which way it is. So one of them is Battlefield Earth.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I've
That's
heard
okay.
of it, but never seen
If
it.
you don't know the plot, that's what I'm on about. If you heard the title before, that's okay. Transylmania, The Last Days of American Crime, The Cold Light of Day, Zoom, and The Roommate. Those are the titles. Okay.
They're pretty good. Battlefield Earth is the only one I've remotely
Yeah.
heard of.
Okay. Have we got a rough idea of what it's about, or can I leave it in?
Full disclosure, I think it's about aliens.
Okay.
So, like,
If it's the one we've both heard of, you might as well take it out.
I'll take it out. Okay. Cool. So in that case, pick a number between 1 and 5.
4.
2.
Okay. James, your Zoom.
Zoom.
Dan, your Transylmania. So the idea is make up a plot point, put in some characters, put in some kind of story arc,
Yep.
and while you're thinking of that, I'll explain to the audience what my points are doing. So 1 point goes to the person who is the closest to the real synopsis, to stop you going completely off the rails. 1 point, it's the most amusing one, causing that rail rule to be made of rubber. If required, and we haven't worked out a winner from those 2 points, the final point goes to the person who brings in the best cast to play the characters. So think about this, but don't mention your chosen actors until I ask at the end. Let's focus on the narrative first. I do have some actors in mind, but I'll only ask for them at a certain time. So once again, you get a point if you're the closest to the real synopsis to stop you going completely off the rails, but the most amusing one also gets a point. So it could be worth your while sticking or not sticking, who knows. I remind the people at home as well that you can help us vote. If you don't agree with who I choose, let us know in the Google form on the Spotify link.
I've probably totally beefed this, but I think I'm ready to go and I'll just riff after this.
Okay. Goes down in a few seconds.
I'm just making sure I've got my solid characters and cast.
Okay, so for the last time of season 2, I'm going to flip the coin to see who goes first with their movie descriptions. James, as our current leader, heads or tails? And do you want to go first or second?
Heads to go second.
It is heads. Dan is going to go first with Transylmania.
Transylmania. Basically, right, what happens in this film, guaranteed. Transylmania, I'm guessing, is a play on Transylvania, and if it isn't, we've got a problem.
It's actually about RuPaul going crazy.
Teenage Dracula is throwing the sickest party in all the land. Creatures and characters from your favorite classic horror coming from all over the place. Come and join in. However, things get out of control due to a mysterious substance, and the gang go on a mega acid trip across the Transylvanian forests.
Okay.
I like it. Is that it?
Our main characters are Dracula, werewolf, Frankenstein's monster, a mummy, Dr. Jekyll, and the Headless Horseman.
Oh, I love it. It's the Scooby-Doo lineup. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. So there's our synopsis and our characters.
That's like, you know, when you look on like Disney Plus, they got the little.
Yep.
That's what it says.
James.
Okay. So I think Zoom is the title of the film. I think it's quite probably an artistic film with this. Think like 12 Angry Men, that kind of, like a bit of a passion project. It's 2020 and the pandemic has just struck. We're all locked down, and the future of the F1 season is in disrepute. We don't know what's going to happen. So the owners and the drivers have come together across a popular video conferencing app to solve the problem.
Okay.
So they'll be like the owner of Ferrari, the owner of McLaren, the owner of like Red Bull, and then like the drivers, and like and basically it's going to be like we need to race, but how can we race? All done over Zoom video conferencing.
So let me get this right. It's called Zoom because F1 cars go Zoom, and it's being hosted and shown
on Zoom
and filmed on Zoom.
Yeah.
Layers.
That's genius. I was worried it wasn't going to be funny.
And it's
That's
basically
really
going to be like, like we need to race, but we can't because of the pandemic.
So you've also answered locations, or both of you have. You've gone to Transylvania.
I mean, it's in the name.
Yeah. And you're online.
Yeah, it's all over the world. All over the world because it's pandemic. We're in lockdown number 1, mate.
Nice.
So main plot point so far with Transylvania. Teenagers have gone to Transylvania for a sick party.
Yeah.
At Dracula's house.
Yeah.
And they've all accidentally taken acid, and they've gone on a main trip. Nice. So what?
The drug's called Monster Mash.
Amazing. Nice. Good touch. What is like the main point, the main climactic point of this film?
Dracula's parents are coming home for the winter.
Right.
Apparently. And basically these guys have got lost in the Transylvanian forest because of this acid trip, and they have to find their way back before the parents get back, otherwise Dracula is in big trouble.
Right. Nice.
You know, your classic teen shenanigans.
Without a paddle.
That
dude, where's my car kind of stuff. Yeah. Nice.
Thinking,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
James, what's your climactic moment?
So it's going to be basically where communication breaks down, where there's such a contentious thing that it almost results in the drivers trying to break away and just race. And like they're really at each other's throats, like star drivers are like, fuck you, no fuck you, and everyone's there, and then like the commissioner of Formula One has to kind of come in and sort it all out. And it results in a proposal that they do the F1 season over Zoom in simulators.
I was going to say, does it turn to gaming?
Yes.
Amazing. It turns to
So
esports.
there becomes a standard
Forza
simulator.
Horizon.
Standard simulator for F1 2020
in their house.
and
So
they all
it's just
have
the
to
Logitech
race.
G29.
Yeah,
They're all given the same one.
yeah, and that's how it does it.
I like it. Are you aware there's a Need for Speed movie coming out? Is it Need for Speed? No,
It's
Gran Turismo.
called Fast X.
There is
There's a Gran Turismo film coming out which is about gamers becoming racers.
But this is racers becoming gamers.
Predates. Love it. So we're gonna need some actors because. Shall I tell you the? We'll put this up. So I'll tell you who was closest and who was funniest. So funniest is James. It's nothing like the original film.
What is the original film?
So,
can we know?
I'll tell you right now. So
wait.
Zoom. Oh. A former superhero called Jack Shepherd is called back to work to train a group of ragtag kids with useless superpowers to become superheroes and save the world from destruction. Way off.
Never would have got that.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it's got some. I won't tell the actors that are in it because I don't want to influence you. But it's got some crazy actors in it. It's weird that this film is here. Transylvania, Dan, you weren't far off.
Get in.
So you weren't right with it being based around Dracula and around monsters, but you were right the fact that it's college kids that are going to Romanian castle for semester parties.
Nice.
Right? But the place is infested with vampires.
Ah.
That's the film. So you weren't a million miles off. So you get a point for that. You get a point for yours being ridiculously funny and quite deep. So now to break the tie and get the points, I want to know who's in your film and why.
So we get to pick who.
You get to pick. So
that's good. I thought you were going to try and guess who's in.
Oh no. So you're picking your cast.
So my characters that I've got were the main cast.
Yeah.
Was Dracula, Werewolf, Frankenstein's Monster, Mummy, Dr. Jekyll,
the gang,
and the Headless Horseman.
Okay.
Dracula, the main character, you'll probably sort of from this actor you'll gauge where I'm going with the rest.
Okay.
James Franco.
Nice.
He's going to be, you can guess the collective cast now.
Yeah.
We've got Werewolf, Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
The Mummy is going to be Michael Cera. I think that's a top pick. Dr. Jekyll is going to be Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
So it's the cast of Superbad.
And Mr. Hyde is going to be Seth Rogen with a beard.
Yeah. It's the cast of Superbad.
The Headless Horseman, a running gag throughout the film, is going to be that it's just a different body every time. So there's no actor because there's no head.
Yeah.
There's just no particular actor. The body just keeps changing who it is.
Nice.
And then Frankenstein's monster is Triple H.
Nice.
Making a comeback. Triple H.
I think he'd be great. He's got that expression,
James,
so
who are your main actors?
So I really wanted to bring the passion into this. So I actually decided that 3 of the cast members are going to be Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Seb Vettel.
Yep.
Their acting will probably be dog shit.
Space Jam, kind of.
But a bit of a Space Jam type thing.
Yep.
And then because they're Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari in my head, right? Then I wanted to have owners of those.
Yeah.
So Arnie is going to be the owner of Mercedes.
Great.
Yeah. Robert De Niro is going to be the owner of Ferrari. And Michael Caine's going to be the owner of Red Bull. I feel like there's a bit of like a good cross section of.
Yeah, nice.
And then the commissioner, I think, who steps in and saves the day is going to have to be the one and only Gerard Depardieu.
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. So, in the real film, Tim Allen and Courtney Cox and Kate Mara lead it up. I'll also let you know that all of these films that are in this list were the bottom 6 of the Rotten Tomatoes
Oh, really?
hot list.
Nice.
Okay. In that order, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So
I think so. Like, or was it? Or maybe not quite, because you would have heard of a few of them. Because they've been notoriously bad. So I had to pick ones from the bottom 100 that you didn't know of.
Yeah, I think Battlefield Earth was one of those notoriously bad ones.
Yes. So, which film would I rather watch with the cast that's there? I do like both of them. I'm a sucker for sports films. I do like them. I'm not sure how much I'd enjoy a sports film based entirely online.
It's an artistic thing.
It's an artistic thing. Yeah, it is.
It's an Oscar grabber.
Oscar grabber. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And then
Oscar bait. What do they call it?
There would also be a sequel, which would be entirely sponsored by Mazda, called Zoom Zoom.
Good. Or does Microsoft Teams get involved? And it's Formula One teams.
Formula One teams. Zoom.
Interesting. I like that. That's not bad. I am going to give Dan the point.
Oh.
I do like his James Franco, the Superbad cast, and
mine wouldn't get a
it's
sequel.
funny.
It'd bomb at the box office.
It probably would bomb.
Yeah, 100%.
But couldn't be any worse than was real.
What it actually is.
Yeah. So Dan gets the point for that one. Well done.
Nice. What, like the whole point?
Yes.
Not just.
No, you get the point for the. Yeah.
Just checking.
That was the tiebreaker. Yeah.
Dan wins the round.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of that round, that makes it
12,
10. Okay, come on then, Dan. Give it to me.
Name something that isn't illegal, but feels like it should be.
Right. I know it already. Didn't even need a second to think about it.
Coincidence?
100%. Not putting the trolley back in the supermarket. And maybe I've got this the wrong way around. Maybe you're thinking it should be like I know how to get Netflix for free. That should be illegal. No, I'm talking about this thing people should be fucking hanged for this.
Yeah, no, this is exactly where I was.
Like this, we participate in a society. There are rules. No one's being a dick. No one asks you to put the trolley back, right? But it is the perfect test of a psychopath. Because if you don't put the trolley back, you're literally inconveniencing everyone. Right?
Mm.
You're making it harder for the next person. You're making it harder for the people who collect. You're actually making it harder for yourself because you've got to fucking avoid the cunt as you're trying to reverse out of your bay. But guess what? There's still fucking cretins that don't do it. And to me, it is the perfect test of a person. You can tell if someone's a bad person if they don't put the trolley back. Like, there's emergencies. Kid's just shat himself. Like, I've got something that I got to do. Like, my nan's just had a heart attack in the back seat. Maybe returning the trolley is not my priority. Fine. Sorry, officer. Next time, right? If you just do it because you just like being a dick, bring back capital punishment.
You're going to hate me.
Because you don't do it.
No. There's been times if I'm using the trolley, I will put it back because I always have my little token. I want my token back.
Fine.
But there's been times where, you just sort of wander over and you're like, well, there's a trolley. It ain't got a token in it. It ain't attached. I'll have that one.
No, that's fine. Because that's kind of like a benefit.
Even still, I usually put those ones back.
Yeah.
But it's the times where I'll be using it and I'm like, I only want one thing. And I'll just grab whatever it is off the shelf and then just walk away from the trolley. Just leave it wherever I am at the time.
Is that at least inside the supermarket?
Yeah.
That's not so bad because you know what? Somebody else will walk past it and go, I'll have that.
No. Inside the store, no one touches that trolley. That stays there for the rest of the day.
Well, at the very least, the workers come and get it.
Yeah.
The worst thing is when it's pissing down with rain, there's no trolleys in the little shed, in the little trolley garage, and you have to fucking look around. Think like Morrison's at Alvis.
There's
right?
one capsized in the bush.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck's sake. Why is that there? Why do I have to now go across the torrential rain to get that one trolley that's left? Or there's because normally as well, like the people who are doing the trolleys, they're not enjoying their job particularly. Why make it any harder? They probably get paid minimum wage as it is. Like, why be a dick? Sorry, Kirk, you go.
I feel the genuine hate on that. It's good. It's good.
I feel like I've heard you say that rant before, but not on the podcast.
You probably.
Yeah. Definitely just in a supermarket car park.
Yeah. It makes me angry.
You've watched someone do it and then...
Yeah.
I've just been at Morrison's. I've been sat in the passenger seat. Oh, here we go. There's a trolley over there.
Okay, mine is... why isn't there a standard... I mean, it feels like there should be, and it feels like there is one, but there obviously isn't. A standard on clothes sizing. So if I buy a large t-shirt, why are some brands slightly different and some shops different from each other? I should be able to walk into somewhere and go, I know large is good for me. That's a large. Great. I'm going to take it and take it home. And it's not. Same for shoes. I'm a size 10. However, in 30 different pairs of shoes, I could be 11. I could be a 9. It changes all the fucking time. I feel it should be illegal that it's not the same and not regimented and not done to a standard. and I'm pissed off about it.
I think every woman that listens to this podcast right now is just a bit like, preach. But also,
And give us pockets.
how many women actually listen to this podcast? I do think the metrics show it's about 20%.
Well, 20%, follow me home. Let's do this.
Hang on. Did you say follow you home?
Home with the,
What are you,
with the points.
The fucking Pied Piper of Balkan.
Follow me, women.
But you know when you're shopping online and like for American football jerseys,
Yeah.
why can't we just know what a large is?
I do. I know that if I want one that fits like a t-shirt, I buy a large. If I want one that fits like a jersey, I buy an XL.
Only because you bought them before. If
Yeah.
you're a new customer, but you're used to buying a certain t-shirt of a certain size, it's not what that is.
No, but
So
that's-
I actually
But
agree.
to be fair, though, sorry, NFL jerseys are explicitly designed for the American market where the size is different because
That's what exactly I'm arguing.
But
It should
that's
be all the
because
same.
Americans as a general rule.
Oh yeah, even like with shoe sizes where it's like it's a UK 12, but it's a European 47 or
It
whatever it is.
All be the same. And Americans should just have to put up with the fact they are all triple XLs.
Or do it the other way, and we can all put
Wear
up
smalls.
Wear smalls.
Great.
I think that'll make everyone feel better.
But also don't take the Chinese sizing because like I've ordered things from China and it's been like I'm a 5XL and it's still too small for me.
Exactly
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean.
Mad.
It's not illegal though. No one gets told off for it.
Mm. I actually have this issue in Primark.
Mm.
Like usually Primark is fine. Like you go into Primark and you're like, I'm going to pick up an L or an XL, and I'm going to know for a fact that it's either going to be slightly tight and fitting or baggy. And usually I can go in and be like, well, I want this one slightly fitting, so I'll get a large, or I want a baggy version, so I'll get an XL.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, bought an XL, smaller than usual. Bought a large, fucking massive.
I feel like that might have just been badly labelled.
No. It's on the. If you look at the coat hangers, you're bound to get the wrong size. But if you look at the actual print in the collar, then
It could have been
usually
misprinted though.
Yeah. But that should be illegal.
Yeah, I get that, but also
should
factories
sue.
do have a margin of error.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, the trolley is just a whole other level. Like I understand that's an inconvenience, but the trolley actively you're talking about the average human, Mr. Joe Bloggs off the street making an active choice to ruin other people's days and be a dick. And that's like, put it this way, if Joe Bloggs was going to go and stab someone, you'd want him punished. He's inconvenienced that bloke. He's ruined that bloke's day that he stabbed. Like, I've never been stabbed, thankfully. I know. And I hope for a long time I never get stabbed. But I'd imagine it puts a downer on your day.
Sure.
Yeah?
I know.
I
Okay.
mean,
It's an inconvenience.
It's a jump from not putting the trolley back together.
I'm just saying, though.
It's
I'm just saying, though, you would expect punishment. Okay, severe punishment for somebody who stabbed someone, right?
Yes. Agreed.
Maybe you don't need quite a severe punishment, but you need, like, you've still inconvenienced someone, possibly ruined their day, possibly ended their marriage, possibly,
Jeez.
been the thing that pushes them over the edge.
But I can imagine clothes being the same thing. You've ordered this amazing top or dress or something from online, and it's come and it's been 3 sizes too small. You now feel really fat and you hate yourself a little bit and top yourself.
I got real dark real quick.
Just following his vein.
But also on the other side, though, if you do get really fat, there's no like for me, it's like I know I can get that border where it's like certain things I can still fit into a large, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I'm only a large, because they run a bit big. And also, if you were to standardize clothes sizes, that would also impact other things. Like, I don't know about you, I'm now fat enough that I get adverts for t-shirts for fat men.
Yeah,
So like they do these t-shirts and I really want to try them actually.
I do as well.
Like, should we go halves on a 3-pack?
Let's do it.
Like, that doesn't work. Should we go halves on a pack?
Yeah.
But they're like, they're designed so they're like tight around the sleeves, but then really loose in the belly. So they look fitted, but they also don't look like they could see your belly buttons eating your shirt.
Yeah.
So like, and that wouldn't exist because they wouldn't be the standard size because the measurements would be different.
But no, it still would. They would still invent clothes that look a little different and feel a little different.
But they'd still have to be the same measurements. because otherwise they're not the same size. So
I see what you
you'd
mean.
have to say like a large is a 50, like for argument's sake, a large is a 50-inch chest,
Right.
and it's this long.
Yeah.
So like the concept of like say an oversized tee, like I love it when I buy a shirt that's purposely baggy. So
Yeah.
like it's kind of like fitted on the shoulders, but then it's long, because one of my worst things, and I'm sure you have it as
Then
well.
it's called an extra large long. It's not the wrong size.
But then
It's just called a longer extra large.
But what I'm saying is, though, is it's not just necessarily that one. Like, so what would you call it? An extra large with room around the belly?
A bit like bed sheets. You get fitted and you get stretchy ones and non-fitted.
Because they already do that, don't they? Fitted and
Yeah, but that's the fit, not the size. That's different.
yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But it's
Fair
still the standard. This is what a large is, and if you wear a normal large, this will fit you. It's just slightly different.
But then you also
Because
get
then every fitted shirt you get from anywhere, you'll be like, well, I got a large fitted last time, so I'll get a large fitted this time. And then maybe if you try on something like an extra large not fitted, and you go, well, I prefer that, you get an extra large not
Fair
fitted.
enough. But then you also have the problem of what happens if you're kind of in between sizes, because like you
Grow.
can have
shrink.
some where it's like, you know, oh, I know if I go into Tesco's and buy an XL, it'll fit. But if I go into New Look and buy an XL, it'll be a bit tight.
I mean, we've already
Well,
got
that's
that problem.
That's the point. That's the point he's
But what-
making. That should be illegal. They should be a set standard across.
Yeah, but
all-
what I'm saying is, so that means I know I can buy an XL in Tesco's, right?
Mm.
If I
Yeah.
flip it, what happens then is if in your standard size, I'm like, well, I need an XL, but it's slightly too tight, so I'll go for a double XL, and then it's way too baggy, and there's nowhere where I can go. Oh well,
Oh, I
if
see what you mean. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What if I want to kind of have? What if I don't want to hit standard double XL because that involves putting on an extra 5 kilos? But I'm slightly too big and uncomfortable. Because the worst thing for me, the reason why I wear all this like baggy clothes is because I want to be comfortable. I don't want a t-shirt that kind of picks up under my arms.
Well, then you just go for the baggy one.
Yeah, but then it looks like
I know what you're saying. And I agree. I'm fairly sure they probably had the same problem with shoes, and then suddenly half sizes existed. I think the same thing would happen. You get t-shirt half sizes, you get an XL and a half.
XL.5.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If it was all regimented and everyone followed the same standards, we could have way more things. But because it's so sporadic, we have to just say it's roughly an XL. It'll be all right, but it's not.
Yeah, fair
Therefore,
enough.
it should
Fair
be
enough.
illegal.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like, for me, with yours, Kirk, it's not a big of an issue for me because I will literally try it on if it's in a store. It's
Oh, no. I will never try a t-shirt.
like if I know for a fact that it's different, like in Primark, I won't. Like I know, I'll just go in, like that's my size, I'll take it. Or like the other day where they had that t-shirt on discount, it was like £3 for a t-shirt, but it was a triple XL. I was like, I'm taking it anyway. Best decision of my life. It's incredible. Whereas online, and you have to sit and read through,
And
that's
the
when
measurements yourself and work out.
I don't even do that. Like I'm lazy with that, so I'll look at it and I'll be like, that looks about right,
Yeah.
and then I kind of guess it. Most of the time, it works out.
But how much time
Exactly. When you
And-
can just go boom, XL.
and money
done.
would you save if you realized they didn't actually have that in stock of the size
Exactly.
you wanted?
But you see, another good thing is like Amazon, because what Amazon do is if you order clothes off there, like pick a t-shirt, you can go down and you can see the reviews, and the reviews will tell you like, oh, it runs slightly small or it runs slightly large. So like people feedback, and then so like oh, I'm buying this as an XL. You say actually it runs pretty small. Like they're saying, oh, it runs slightly small. Well, I don't want it to be tight. I'll go up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
However,
good system.
there is a flaw in that system because they are already experiencing what an XL actually is for them. They're saying, oh, it's a bit smaller than my other XLs. Where did they get the other ones from? Were they baggy? Were they tight? What were they before? So you're now getting this bias from a rainbow of different opinions of what an XL actually is. If we eradicate that and make it illegal, then everyone's having a happy time.
I think it's bullshit.
However, one thing that I was going to argue about yours, and you kind of do the same thing.
I'm just sorry. I'm getting mad deja vu. Was there a time where we recorded something here and my whole job was just to be a dick, other than normal?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like it was something like it was like we were recording, and I know you were here. Obviously, it's your fucking house. It might have been a dream. I don't know if you were in it. Like, I don't think it was the podcast, but like, and it was like a 3. No, it wasn't. We never recorded Poppers here, did we?
We did. We had a meeting here once, I think.
Maybe. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe because the whole thing was like, I was just planning on sitting here, and every time someone gives an opinion, I'm like, that's bullshit. You're a dick. And I wasn't going to contribute in any way, but just be like, fuck you.
I don't remember this at all. Anyway, back to your point. That you've outlined that there is someone there as a trolley person. And yeah, they're getting paid minimum wage potentially, and you're trying to make their life a bit easier. By making their life a little bit easier, you're also taking away their job. Their job is literally go and get trolleys from the car park. If no one left the trolleys,
no, because they still leave
perfectly stacked.
No,
and
yeah, I disagree with that because that's not their only job.
Also,
like they'd have more time doing something else.
Also, they just still push the big trolley snake around.
Yeah,
where they collect the trolleys from the little sheds.
Oh, the little sheds.
Them back.
And
that's true. That's true.
Like, I'm not saying let's eradicate the trolley shed and have like, oh, you picked it up from the front door, girl. You're going back to the front door. No,
okay, cool.
That's
what I was thinking.
What I'm saying is like, Kirk, you know you've done it yourself. You've been around a busy Tesco car park or something. Sorry, Waitrose car park.
I have never left the trolley.
No, but what I'm saying is you've been driving around the busy Waitrose car park, more like an Audi or Lidl, let's be honest. And you've gone finally an empty bay, and you've gone to turn into the bay, and there's a fucking trolley there. Is it not the most frustrating thing in the world when it happens? Like, you might as well have just had the Queen kick you in the nuts.
To be fair, with Kirk's car, he'd probably just knock the trolley out.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe.
I probably hit it a few times. Fuck you.
But it's annoying, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And the worst thing is, just guess what? Trolleys are mobile.
Mm.
So even if you think, oh, I've left it, like not necessarily in its designated place, but in a respectful place, wind picks up, it's fucking gone. It's going for a jaunt. And like, okay, if you might not be 100% happy with your car, so you might not be bothered if a trolley blows into it and twats it. But if you're somebody who's bought a nice brand new car or a nicer car, like you, Dan, like you've bought your nice car. Okay, it's got paint in the boot. That's a different issue. But how pissed off would you be if you came back from shopping and found that some fucker's trolley had blown into your door and dented it?
That'd be really irritating.
Hang them. They won't do it again.
So how would you regulate that?
CCTV and QR codes on all the trolleys. As you walk into Tesco's, little barcode kind of goes, you have trolley 70. And then, like...
So you have to register your trolley?
No. The
it's
trolley
like
will be already registered. It will be automated.
That's what I mean. So when you pick up a trolley, you have to make sure that they know it's your trolley.
Kind of, yeah.
The brake's magnetic.
Like you scan your club card or something.
Mm.
Like Tesco club card scan, because you have to put £1 in normally to stop people from nicking them, right?
Mm.
If you had it so it was your Tesco's club card or equivalent.
If you don't have a club card,
well,
get one that's better.
Yeah, get one. Like, why would you not?
I could see supermarkets immediately like dropping that system to be appealing to every shopper that isn't loyal to them.
Fine.
Because you'd need to have a club card, you'd need to have an Aldi card, you'd need to have a Waitrose card.
Well, no, they could do it a different way, and it could be like type in your reg to release a trolley.
Yeah.
And then it's like you have trolley number 70, and then like if trolley number 70 doesn't then get parked in a trolley shed.
Yep.
And trolley number 70.
Police come knocking on your door.
No, and if trolley number 70 then gets involved in some sort of trolley related incident.
Or beats up a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You're laughing now, but your nan, who's recovering from leukemia, goes out to get her fucking bread.
Get mugged by a trolley.
Gets a fucking trolley, come and swipe and take her out.
I've seen that Tesco advert of the trolley that goes and help the guy in the well. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's such a shit advert, but that's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
The trolley appears from the bush with like
the guy's falling down a well.
loose ski mask on him.
The guy's falling down the well, and this trolley looks down the well, and they're like, "Go send help!" And he makes his own little way back to Tesco.
Also, let's face it, we all hate walking past like a canal or a river and seeing a trolley upside down in it. So, if they're registered to people and they can't be moved, then you imagine you've got a teenage son, the police come knock on the door. Hello, Mr. Hastings, is Jeffrey here? You go, why? You go, we found a trolley.
Well, at risk of getting told off when Lauren hears this, I don't know if it's still in plans or not. I've not heard anything about it for a long time. But Lauren did she wanted to start an Instagram called #trolleyed. where she literally takes photos of trolleys that are left in places.
That's out the window in James's world.
Have a
For like artistic purposes?
No,
or
just for
like shaming people.
just here's a funny trolley in sticky situations.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think that's pretty funny.
For
When you
artistic
see a trolley like laying on the grass, you're like, oh, it's like trolleyed as in drunk.
Yep.
Right. Been on a night out.
Yeah, and that's but like all
And
I'm,
you'd be taking that away by making it illegal.
I'm just saying, like Lauren's Instagram energy should be spent on our page, not on.
Well, she hasn't done anything with it, so
Oh, there you
that's
go.
why I was, I can. If anyone wants to steal that, it's out there now. Unless Lauren gets on it before this is released.
She has 10 weeks.
Hashtag trolleyed.
So yeah, hashtag trolley. Send us your pictures of trolleys with the hashtag trolleys, trolleyed.
Yep.
And we will maybe look at them.
We'll post them. We'll post them on the podcast page.
We'll
and
send
then
them to the police.
We'll review them.
Send
as
them
part,
to the police. Evidence.
We will find you.
review them as part of season 3.
Yeah.
We'll do it like our
Who
special
can-
round will be hashtag trolleyed, and it'll literally be who gets the point. Well, I found a photo of a trolley in a river. Well, I found a photo of a trolley on a cat.
Both raised some very good points. And I like that they were very different. Like yours is like a personal, individual crime, whereas yours is like a corporate crime.
Mm.
Like it's across the board.
Mhm.
Like if one person's not following
Everyone's suffering.
regulations, it's like you could get done in that way. Yeah, you've made it really difficult. But when it boils down to it, I feel guilty giving one person the point and not the other.
Let's throw one more thing in.
Okay.
One more thing in. While there's a chance. So we know that the world is turning online. We're ordering clothes there. I don't think supermarkets are going to exist that much longer in the way they do. As in people that are just going to...
You're grasping, mate.
hang on. So, as a business person, would I rather have a large-ish building with all the products in it, pay an entire staff to run just that largest building, people to come and get their shopping? Or would I rather run a gigafactory with everything in it, pay the same staff every day, and have them deliver it to the people's houses? More convenient for them. They're working around the clock. I'm offering more jobs.
But if you don't have it localized, then people won't get fresh
There'll
food.
be gigafactories in various areas.
Where are the gigafactories going to be made?
Where the supermarkets are.
But then they're just the same.
And then they're just the
No.
same and you just
No,
bring
they're
a trolley.
big.
Then it's just a supermarket that's like, if you try and go in, they're like,
We're bringing this back again. It's not even happened
It
yet.
won't even be out, yeah. Easter egg.
No, but there's be very large supermarkets that people can't go in themselves.
Did you just fart? You're asleep, you dick.
The dog.
I just felt like heard a.
Possibly. Oh man.
Get the smell in them.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that's what I think is going to happen. Therefore, trolleys will be a thing of the past and won't be an issue anymore.
So I'd like to counter that with like the world's moving more online. People are working from home more. People don't need clothes. Like we could just all be naked, and like I think because it's the future, we're gonna like just wrap ourselves in tinfoil, and we're all gonna like the next fashion trend's gonna be like, look at me, I'm a jacket potato.
What if you can't get your large tinfoil?
Just buy a small one and wrap it around a little bit.
Oh,
Like, no, like I obviously just countered Kirk's point with bullshit there, but I'd like to put like the breakdown of society is imminent. We won't need clothes. We'll all just wear bed sheets.
toga party.
Toga party.
Toga.
And then it's easy, isn't it? Because beds are standardized, so you can just be like, "Oh, I'm a double sheet."
Yeah, only that.
Or I'm a king
and it works
size.
perfectly.
Yeah, but the difference is that beds are standardized. People are not standard. like we are fitting. You're trying to fit people into a category, like which is it'll be the best fit. Whereas because of the fact that we're all unique, variation actually plays in our favor slightly.
I also feel that all the clothes should be made in all sizes, as a legal requirement. So if you are someone who is of a smaller stature, you can guarantee you're going to find clothes that are adult themed. I don't mean that in a dirty way.
I disagree. I think kids' clothes should be made in adult sizes because you go to Tesco's,
Oh yeah, that's true.
the kids' t-shirts are so much cooler.
Yeah.
Like, I want a t-shirt with Lego Darth Vader on it that says "Feel the Force," or a fucking dinosaur that says Stegosaurus,
He's not wrong.
or a hoodie.
But
That's,
you know what? That actually helps your
It does
point.
help my point.
or a
Yeah.
hoodie that's a
Works both
Minecraft.
ways.
James might have just given you the point. I can't not give James the point.
Woo!
Because with all said and done, like, just put your damn trolley back. Like-
Thank you. Like, Kirk, your point was valid, and I am sorry for tearing it down because I agree with it 95%. Also, kids' t-shirts in adult
Kids'
sizes would
Oh,
be
very
incredible.
that very nearly made me just.
But also, if you do not like I don't know, play a fucking jingle here. I don't know what you could like play, like, you know, BBC News. Do. Whatever, you know, welcome to the news at 10. Don't give a shit. Breaking news headline: if you don't put your trolley back, you are a fucking cretin. Thank you. Now here's the weather.
Can I give Kirk half a point?
I think that makes a difference at this point.
Sorry, Kirk.
Okay, so a big thanks to our sponsors for Season 2 of Wood Panther Killer Raccoon in the Wild, Manuka Farm. They provide a wide range of honey-infused CBD products that help manage pain, anxiety, and sleep. And by using the code PANTHER10, you can take 10% off your first order across the site.
If you're like me and you're struggling with your sleep a bit, for me, what's working best is the oil gummies and the sleep spray.
I've not tried the sleep spray.
Yeah, and the oil is really tastes good. Tastes like honey. You wouldn't know that there's CBD in it. The gummies have got a bit of a twinge, but I still really like them because they taste like honey. Also, their skincare stuff is really good. I've been using it. It's top notch.
Nice.
And if CBD isn't your thing, well, they do just sell honey as it is. So that's Panther 10, PANTHER 10 for 10% off at manukafarm.co.uk. That's Manuka, MANUKA, farm, PHARM.co.uk. Every time the Panther 10 code is used, we look really good. We don't get any money for it, or it's not an affiliate link, but it really helps us in terms of growing our podcast, and it really helps Manuka Farm grow their business. So it's a win-win for everyone.
And you help yourself out with your pain, anxiety, and sleep.
Yeah, give it a go. Tell them your boys sent you.
And thanks to Manuka Farm for sponsoring us.
Right. So it's now 13, 12,
10.
10. Oof.
And James
it's-
gets to determine whether he wins or not.
That's ridiculous.
I do feel like that's a bit unfair.
Kirk gets the point.
Like, if you want, how about you take my question
And have you two
and have
fight
us
it
to
out.
answer it?
That's fair.
Okay.
I can't
If
win.
you're-
There's no point me playing.
If you're happy to do that.
I'm happy to do that.
So my question is,
But before you say that, the only thing is he's got an advantage.
it's a reversal round though.
Okay, yeah, fair.
So I'm dealing with whatever answer Dan gives me.
Okay, fine,
anyway.
fine.
Yeah.
But he has had more time to think about yours.
No, but I haven't though,
No?
because I've been expected to ask the question.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
There's
So-
no advantage here.
So I know what the question
Okay.
is.
Just double checking.
So the question is, if you were to write a Formula One based pandemic movie, what would you call it?
That was genuine. I was
No.
thinking, whoa, this is really connected.
No, so in the first ever Would a Panther plot twist of its kind, I'm going to ask myself a reverse around question for Kirk to judge.
Yep.
So rather than like getting you to read it out, I'll just say it. It's kind of almost the inverse of it's actually, play the jingle, an AI question. AI question. It's kind of an AI question that I've bastardized, but it's kind of the inverse of my question that I asked you both as an open question in season 2, episode 5, which was,
Season 2, episode 5.
if you could be a fictional character for a day,
Oh, yeah.
What would it be? Right?
Mhm.
Superheroes excluded. My question now for you, Dan, and me.
How has this happened?
Is if you could live in any fictional world, what would it be? So you're going to give me the fictional world,
Okay.
and I'm going to. Now, if you would like, because I've had like 30 seconds more to think about it,
Mm.
I'll let you tell me mine first.
I don't mind as long as I know about mine.
Yeah.
You give me and vice versa.
Yep.
I think we should at least allow each other that pleasure.
Yep.
Privilege.
I know what
Pleasure.
mine is. It's literally pennies just dropped.
Any fictional.
Yep.
Universe, but as yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like I would kind of go with like call it cartoon rules in like, you know, if you were going to say, oh, you're going to go and live like, obviously it's not going to be this. You're going to go and live in fucking Star Wars,
mm,
and then you immediately walk out of the fucking Tantive 4 and get shot by a rebel and you're dead. That kind of doesn't count. Like it's cartoon rules in the, or main character energy, if you want to call it that. Like you'll survive for a decent amount of time.
That's fair.
mm. Ooh.
Would you like me to tell you mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Dan is going to be living in Heck from the Wooded Panther universe.
All right. See how it is.
Like the penny just dropped.
I felt like I was in Heck earlier today, actually. When
Yeah.
I was at Morrison's of all
Yeah, you
places. Oh.
Did no one put the trolley back?
No. I was waiting in the queue and the person in my queue dropped a bottle
Oh, man.
and I'd already put my stuff on the conveyor belt and you know, once you're there,
And he didn't take his phone, so I'm sitting there going,
yeah, I didn't take my phone in with me.
We've got to be at Kirk's in like 20 minutes. He's not even had a shower yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are you, dude?
And of course I went to the it wasn't the selves because that was a massive queue. And I got the slowest blooming woman, little old lady. James. Where would you thrive? Because I'm not going to put you there. You would live in Lazy Town.
Oh, love it. Ooh. Oh, fucking Lazy Town. So if I lived in Lazy Town, would I get to replace the now dead Robbie Rotten?
No, he's
Or is he still thriving in that community?
he's still thriving in.
Okay. Well, like, so Lazy Town's a pretty whack out place, right? It is like a mad acid trip.
Yeah.
But what's his name? The fucking French geezer.
I don't know.
The fucking main geezer who wears the pajamas.
The sport.
Yeah. Is it Sporticus?
It's something like that.
Sporticus 10.
10?
He's the
No.
10th.
Like, are they like androids?
His name is Sporticus 10, the athletic elf.
He's an elf. He's about 20 foot tall. Wait, if that's the case, right? Okay, then what we've learned is Lazy Town is a weird scale. I'll be there. I'll be a confident 7'8". Dan, I'm like, everyone's gonna be like, "How's the weather up there?" Because everyone's a fucking elf, apparently.
Mm.
There's that fucking. What's the girl who looks like a Pokemon?
Stephanie Splits.
That is not fortunate. That is a
That-
bad surname. Whoa. Yeah, so I feel like Robbie Rotten might be the most sane man there.
Yeah, and everyone else is just
Actually, I might hang out with him.
yeah.
Because
Gotta do
everyone
the
else-
good and bad the book.
other than Robbie Rotten, Sporticus the elf, and Stephanie the slag,
Stephanie Splits.
Definitely.
the slag.
Didn't she grow up to be something
Didn't she get proper cracked out?
like that?
See what's going on with Steph right now.
Is she
Okay.
still?
In Lazy Town. Everyone else
stuck there.
Everyone else is a puppet, right? Would I be a puppet or would I be me? I think I'd be me. I feel like that would basically just make me a new character in the Lazy Town canon. I feel like I'd have to perform, and maybe that's the negative side of this, is that it would be like, you know, we're just there all of a sudden. It's like the lights all come on and everyone's like,
perform. Yeah, you get smoked with sticks.
And it's like, we're gonna dance. And I'm like, what?
Meanwhile, there's someone behind the camera with a gun. Dance.
And I'm like, my name's James Jumping Jack. Because apparently
Jumping James.
Yeah. My name, and I don't really like exercise. But yeah, okay.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the asthma attack segment. Yeah, I feel like Robbie Rotten doesn't play sports either, so if I could team up with him, like I could enter my villain era, as the Gen Zs say. Plus, he's got a keen fashion. Robbie Rotten. He had a keen fashion sense, that man. Pinstripe. Like, they weren't trousers, they were like dungarees, right? They went like up to his neck, but they were pinstriped and then like a turtleneck vibe, was it?
Yep.
Had a bit of an Elvis hairstyle as well.
Good Lord. Yeah, I remember it.
All right, see, I feel like that man needs a sidekick. Or actually, I think I could probably put enough big dick energy out there that he would become my sidekick.
The actor's name was Stefan Carl Stefansson.
Oh, nah, he's better than you, mate.
Yeah, no, that's right.
He wins.
He basically got squared by his parents.
He only has one leg.
But that's fine, because I could be, yeah, he could be.
Yeah, what's the other one?
Yeah, I feel like so he could be Robbie Rotten and I could be like James the Jerk.
James the Jerk. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
he can just go
Jerky
around.
James.
No, that sounds too sexual. Jerky James is stepping splits.
Ooh.
Who's that hiding in the bushes? It's Robbie Rotten and Jerky James. Come out. Give me a minute.
Oh, that's no good. James, for a bonus pride point, doesn't mean anything, but where is Lazy Town like from? Like what? Because obviously it's an international show. Where is it filmed?
I feel like the actors all seemed British. But I'm going to say it's somewhere Scandinavian.
Correct. Iceland.
Yeah. And it felt very Scandinavian. But the thing was, they filmed it in English, didn't they? They didn't film it in Scandinavian, Icelandic, and then dub it.
I reckon they filmed it twice or multiple times.
Yeah, probably.
For different languages.
Yeah.
But they spoke English. It wasn't like it was like, like somebody's like, Buenos dias.
Yeah, because everyone can see that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in Lazy Town. I like it. Jerky James in Lazy Town. Doing some dodgy stuff there. Interesting. What are you doing in Heck?
Sweeping my bed. Getting all the crumbs out. What level am I on? All of them.
Yeah, I think.
Do I have an express elevator to which one I want that day?
Including Multown.
You got to go to your job where you've got, what was his name, Biff, the manager, who's like telling you you're late even though you were stuck in traffic. And you're like, you know what my thing is?
You just put me in maybe a slightly worse version of my life already.
No. You have a job in this one.
I have a job. I start on Monday, unfortunately.
Do you? Where are you working?
Later.
He's working later. He starts on Monday.
Yeah. I genuinely can't remember the other levels of Heck. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh dear.
You're talking to someone who can't remember what happened in their own podcast constantly because I'm telling you not to give me spoilers, like you said earlier. Yeah. Don't spoil my own podcast for me.
Dan sits here, records, and then goes, "Don't tell me what I said."
We have to send those quotes in a different.
Yeah. It's like at this point, I've got 3 chats because I've got you saying like in the main group, "Oh, episode's good to go, it's going." Then this is what this is the quotes and everything. Brilliant. Then I send the quotes to Lauren, write the episode description, send it to Lauren and you, say, is this okay?
Yep.
And then post it and say, in the main chat, episode's uploading.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And Dan is clearly through it all.
And Dan's just sitting there like, no. I wonder what I said in this one. Like, Dan's got to the point where he already was social media and then didn't do that. And now he's at the point where he doesn't even contribute to writing the episode description or coming up with a title.
I just want to be like the audience.
He wants he's our mystery shopper.
Yeah. I want the audience.
So one of Dan's heck things will be the podcast is always spoiled.
Yeah. It's just constantly on. Oh God!
Every text he receives is somebody telling him what questions were asked.
No, it's just the transcript of the first question and then the next question. I have to read it.
Everything was sticky even after you cleaned it. That was one.
I'd be making a mistake.
Everything that had a biscuit tin was actually sewing.
Yeah, there was always a residue left.
That was
when
the
you sweep.
sticky one.
Yeah.
Oh, there was always crumbs in the bed.
Yeah. Well, that's. I could swing that because
Amazon deliveries.
We call Biscuit my cat Crumbs, and she tends to lay in the bed.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Everything you get delivered, it has to go to the depot.
Yeah,
and you're
behind the
always
learner.
stuck in
I'd
traffic
still have
behind
to
a
do
learner.
that pretty much anyway.
Yeah, but you're always stuck behind a learner in traffic. Every time you go to the checkout, it's really slow and oversensitive, and the woman takes forever to approve your items.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fun place to be, Kirk.
I'm feeling it.
When you love to be there. Just imagine.
Just for the references.
In heck, right?
Kirk would be cleaning the floors outside.
In heck, can you kill yourself?
No. If you
That's the best you got.
if you kill yourself and go to heck, if you die in heck, you basically just go back to the start of heck. And that's not like the level, it's your own personal heck still.
Yeah.
But like, say if you were like driving to work and killed yourself because you were like, that's it, I'm done.
Mhm.
You're in the car driving to work again.
Mm.
It's like,
Just keep crashing. I guess I'd just find creative ways to kill myself. I guess that would be it. That would be the game. That's the game.
That's the game.
Just creative ways to die.
get boring pretty quick though.
And I'd vlog it. Could I send my own vlog back to her?
No, not at all. The internet's far too slow.
One episode a year.
So, I can't believe I'm saying this. We're about to end this season on Jerky James in
What do you mean?
Lazy Town.
You don't want to live in heck?
I think James was quite tactical in his choice there, knowing that Dan doesn't remember anything. So that Dan couldn't even describe what his world was like, let alone how he'd like to live in it, was a major advantage in James's eyes. So congratulations, James, champion of season 2.
Finally, James gets the dub.
I'm dead
By the
fucking last
skin of
again.
your teeth.
No, but you've won one of the guest ones.
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did.
So you've done better than me up until this point.
Oh, true.
Don't worry, Kurt. You'll win season 3.
Just remember, any win we get is irrelevant.
Yeah, I do. It's rigged.
Well, okay. So I'm so relieved that I actually managed to win that. Thank you very much, Kirk, for stepping in and judging that last question. There was a point, especially as we're listening to the ones that are coming out now, where I'm sitting there going, I'm on 8 points. And I'm like, shit, if I lose this now.
It was yours to lose.
It was
And you
mine.
almost did.
Yeah. So actually, if you're listening to this and wondering why I've both been quite smug and happy for the past few weeks, but also quite depressed around a Saturday, it'll be because I've listened to the podcast and listened to me throwing away my lead for the next 4 weeks. So we actually managed to end season 2 on 12. No 12.5.
Oh.
No Gordon Ramsay's from the guest formerly known as Frank. It's a fucking draw. We've done it, boys. We've achieved another
Good
one.
job.
So once this comes out, we've got a couple of guest shows planned, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then once the guests have been done, we will get the ball rolling on season 3. So we're hoping to have season 3 out towards the latter end of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like with the guest stuff, we'll take probably
Some time.
September, October, and then like maybe kind of around the time we look to do our Christmas special, we'll have season 3 ready to start.
Yeah.
So we really hope you've enjoyed this season. We hope you stick around with us for the next couple of weeks with the guest stuff. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell your family's friends, tell your friends' family. And stick around, stay posted. And thanks again for having us in your earballs.
Earballs.
Who are we, boys?
I'm Captain Kirk.
I'm Smokey D.
Not again.
I'm done.
No,
Done. I'm Smokey D.
I'm Thick Jim. Thank you very much. See you in season 3.